Good afternoon, students. In the last session about the Earth, our living planet, we have discussed about the meaning of the Earth and the size and the location of the size of the Earth and the importance about longitude and latitude. Okay, in this class we are going to learn about longitude and time, local time, standard time, and time zones, international date line. Okay, so now let us understand first about longitude and time. Of course, you know that time is a definite, it is a time, of course, it is a definite relationship between longitude and time. Longitude, of course, it has a no relationship with time. So, you know, the earth is rotating on its own axis. Okay, it takes to complete one rotation total 24 hours. At the same time, this means total it has to cross 360 longitudes. Okay, 360 longitudes. Okay, you can see that if they if the earth rotates in its axis, it means in order to complete 24 hours, so it has to pass 360 longitude lines. Okay, that period of time it takes. Okay, total at the same time, now we can see this of course gives rise to a time difference of 4 minutes. Now how can we calculate this total? We have 360 meridian, 180 360 meridian. Now if you take it as 4 minutes, it means we can say that 15 now a meridian, if you take it 15 into 4, it will come 60. Okay, total 60, 15 meridian will be calculated as a 60 minutes. Okay, 1 hour. So now that will be calculated into, according to that we can calculate 360 into 4, 1440. Okay, total. It means we can say that the time difference is to be added. Okay, when the sun passes from one meridian to another meridian, so you can see that especially from west to east, the earth rotates from west to east in anti-clockwise. Okay, so anti-clockwise, west to east. So the western countries which are located, so they will be actually, the time will be added, because those countries will be actually, they will be now western countries especially, they will gain the time. Okay, so that is known as that is EGA, that is east gain added. Okay, so eastern countries receives more time will be added, and the western it loses. Okay, so that is west gain, west, that is we can say that WLS, west lose, will be subtracted. So it means when we calculate the time, so that 4 minutes comes difference. So that is 360 into 4. It means each grid has a difference of a 4 meridian. We can say that 4 minutes. We can say that 4 minutes. Okay, so each grid gap is 4 minutes. Okay, so now we can say that the countries which are located from the eastern side, okay, so the time will be added. Eastern countries receives, because the sunlight, the first they receive, these countries, eastern countries receive sunlight, and western countries they get sunlight late. Okay, so from that we can understand that the country which receives sunlight first will gain the timings first, and western countries especially with those who are in the western side after the ahead, this is called ahead, this is loses. Okay, ahead countries gain the time. At the same time, those who are located after the meridian opposite, diametrically opposite, loses its time. So okay, that is about the longitude and the time. And now let us understand about the local time. What is local time? The time according to the longitude of a place or according to the position of the sun. Now you can see this, look at the diagram. Now example, you can say that Bangalore is located here. Okay, Delhi is located here. So now Example, what is the time difference? Some minutes time difference can be seen in comparatively Bangalore and Delhi. So because when the sunlight reaches to Bangalore, okay, so this place, okay, start the day early, okay, whereas slowly other countries so gain light or sunlight later, so then those timings will be entirely different. Okay, so through that we can understand there will be time difference from each meridian, from one meridian to another meridian. Okay, so that is based on that they fix the time. Example, based on the time according to the longitude of a place or according to the position of the sun at the place is known as the local time. Now, because it is not an entire country's time, it is a local time. Example in India, we have example 12 noon. 12 noon. In America, we can see that what is the timings now. We can understand that 4 hour or 4 hours difference we can see. Okay, so that is the difference, time difference. So now they are actually behind, we are ahead. Okay, so that is about the time, local time. Now what is the Indian standard time? 82.5 degree east longitude is known as Indian standard time. Okay, which passes through Allahabad. It is called central meridian. Okay, passing through the central meridian. So they are based on that meridian. Now how can we say now? So Greenwich Mean Time, based on that we calculate the time. At the same time, so Allahabad will be where the standard meridian passes through Allahabad. So that is 82.5 degree east is known as IST, Indian Standard Time. It is 82.5 degree east. Okay, and of course it will be fixed based on the meridian. In case the sun which falls especially to the central, especially vertically over longitude at 12, that is known as, everywhere it is considered as a noon time. Okay, when the sun falls vertically at noon, that time is known as at the longitude or over the longitude, that is considered as a 12. Now let us discuss about standard time. Already I told you 82.5 degrees longitude is considered as a standard time. So local time of course varies from one place to another place, but standard time will be fixed to the particular country. Okay, so now in order to avoid this confusion, already I told you the time difference in Bangalore and Delhi. Okay, maybe there is a time difference between nearly 4 minutes or 3 minutes difference comes because of the position of the sun, or because of the example we can say that because of the time that according to the longitude of a place or according to the position of the sun. So that's why we can understand that. So the standard time, in order to avoid the confusion, so they fixed a place, a particular place. So based on that, the time will be calculated to the entire other places, okay, in the country. So that is known as a standard meridian time, or we can say that IST, that is or else we can say that standard meridian time. So that time will be followed in every, in one country the same standard time will be fixed in order to avoid the confusion. Okay, uniform time will be followed. Okay, so that is, we can say that the Indian standard time, it is IST, it is 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of GMT. GMT means Greenwich Meridian Time. Okay, so now let us understand about the time zones. Of course the time zones are entirely different. So we have total, the whole globe is divided into 24 time zones. Among them we can see that Russia has 11 time zones, USA, Canada has 5 time zones, and Australia has 3 time zones. Okay, so because based on the size, vastness, so the time zones have been will be decided. Okay, certainly. Now some of the large countries like USA, Russia and Australia will be having more time zones. Okay, and next one, international date line. Okay, so now what is international date line? A line passing through 180 degree meridian diametrically opposite to the GMT. Okay, so what is GMT? It is Greenwich Meridian Time. Okay, Greenwich Meridian Time. It is, what will be the problem there? So you know that the world, actually the problem of the time of the countries of the world was of course solved first by the standard time, then by the zonal time, zonal wise, okay, based on the meridian, and at the same time now in order to fix the date, or we can say that international date line, the same uniformity, same date will be fixed. Okay, so in order to avoid the confusion of the time, now at the same time we need to avoid the confusion about the date. Okay, so now in order to solve this problem, now what they will do, the correct date and day of the week for the travelers, it is very difficult to calculate, especially the circumnavigators, especially those who travel around the world. Okay, so they, of course, they will be traveling from one time, from one place to another place, especially sometimes to the entire world. So now the confusion, what would be the confusion? The people, those who are diametrically opposite, what would be the date for them, and what would be the date for the others, especially diametrically opposite? We already told you that the Asian countries, especially in the east, they gain time, where the west loses its time. Okay, 12 hours difference will come. So now, yes, of course you know that, because time matters now. Example, in USA, when there will be no, when they meet, okay, now it is not for them exactly. Now they are in the, now what is, in case if we calculate the timings of India, if it is 3 o'clock for us, actually they are the 4 hours behind. Now we have to calculate behind 4 hours. Now example, they are actually facing 12 o'clock, like that. Okay, so like that, and when there is night for them, it is a day for us. Okay, and at the same time we can see, in order to avoid this confusion of the circumnavigators, they have fixed the date also. It is called international date line. It is how it will be calculated, how it will be fixed. Okay, so the line which passes through 180 degree meridian diametrically opposite to the GMT was adopted as a point where circumnavigators should make adjustment. This line is supposed to pass Pacific Ocean along the 180 degree meridian, but make short detours in order to avoid land masses. So in the picture you can see, in order to avoid land masses, they have drawn our narrow lines in order to avoid. So 180 degree, 180 degree. So now the circumnavigators, those who are there in the east, okay, gain the time, and those who are in the west loses their time. Okay, so from once if they cross 180 degree, so the timings will be, and the date will be changed in order to avoid the confusion. So that date will be changed. Okay, so that is, it is supposed to be passed through Pacific Ocean along 180 degree meridian. But international date line, because of the date and day is changed whenever people cross the line by ships or aeroplanes. Just now I told you. Now example, this is 180 degree. So the people, those who travel from east to west. Now the people, those who are in the west, loses their timings, and the day for them, it is 1 day is actually half day will be calculated for 4 times. It is, you can say, they loses their time. Here GMT, they gain their time. Okay, so they will be traveling just opposite. The people, those who are there in the west, loses their time, and those who travel towards, after once they cross the 180 degree east, they will gain the day. So in order to avoid the confusion, so based on the 180 degree meridian, so they have fixed the same date. Okay, so for everybody, that is the international date. Even any ship crossing this line from west to North America and east takes a day twice, while the ship crossing this line from east North America to Asia west drops 1 day. Just now I told you 180 degree. Those who travel towards east, they will give the no time. Where they travel to west loses their time. So in order to avoid this confusion, they have fixed the date line based on the 180 degree meridian. Okay, standard meridian. Once if they cross the date, in order to avoid, same date will be fixed for both of them, but only timings will be now they loses their timings, but based on that they will fix the date line. Okay, that is known as the international date line. Thank you.